Hi guys, I was just standing here before pushing the go button on the camera and I just can't believe how many years I've been doing this on YouTube. So welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Marie and I primarily do hauls and Dollar Tree hauls, but when I get into this portion of the year, I come alive. I love holiday decorating and that's what I do as well on this channel. So we're gonna be kicking off fall 2025. So I'm very excited to have you guys in my home and I'm gonna share with you how I'm gonna be decorating. I did take a poll on Instagram and here on YouTube and I asked you guys if you wanted one full giant decorating video or if you wanted kind of like room by room, and in both places, both on YouTube and Instagram, you chose that you kind of wanted room by room. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna group certain rooms together, but there will be several videos. So get yourself a coffee, we're gonna get cozy. And so here's where I'm at with my decorating for fall of 2025. I have a method to my madness. I use my notes app on my iPhone. I attach photos from inspiration from Pinterest, as well as photos from my own, like Entryway that I've taken years past. That shows me also like the inventory that I have. But I am making some updates this year. So I'm gonna kind of walk you guys through some of those updates, and we're gonna be doing the entryway today. We're gonna be doing my office, and I believe I'm gonna tag the dining room in this video as well, just because there's only like 2 little things that I'm even doing to the dining room. It's not a big space where I decorate. So, but yeah, so anyways, we're gonna get started with the entryway. This is how I decorate. I've always done it this way. I start from the front of the house and I work my way back in terms of decor. That's just, I don't think that has any like method to the madness. I don't think it makes anything easier per se. I guess in my mind, it's like reading a book, you know? So I'm going just like left to right in a sense. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started. And as I mentioned, we're gonna be doing my entryway and I am gonna be making some updates to my entryway. So let's walk through it. Also, the day I'm filming this, it's Loki's 4th birthday. So unfortunately, he's gonna be going to the bed on his birthday, but anyways, it's his birthday. And so last year, I'll throw up a picture of what it looks like last year. I had a wreath up here. I had some fall foliage and some pumpkins. Still kind of maybe going in that route. I actually don't know what's gonna happen down here. I'm gonna find out as I decorate because I did get some new pieces from Hobby Lobby. But I do know that I wanna change out the wreath from last year. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this and then I'm gonna add my command hook. But first we have to clean the space. Every time I decorate seasonally, I use it as an opportunity to sort of deep clean. So instead of the wreath that I had last year, I wanted to go with something that looked a little bit more natural. I think that one was a little too orange. And so I found this on Amazon. I wish I could have found it at Hobby Lobby because it would have been cheaper, but I will link this down below. So this is like a boxwood wreath, but it's got like that fall turning of colors. Before I decide on the bow, I'm gonna go ahead and work on this part since this is another section that I'm changing and I don't quite have the full vision. So you're just gonna watch me kind of like play with different pieces until I land on what I think will look best. All right, so I needed to use a little bit of hot glue to get the bow to stay right where I wanted. I thought I wanted it up at the top, but I kind of like it at the bottom so I can kind of see more of this going on. And then I just left these to be loose. At first I did kind of like have them hot glued so they wouldn't move, but I just think they look better like this. I did have to add some hot glue to this part just because it's so drapey, which I love. I use this ribbon, it's from Amazon. I have it in red, pink, navy recently for 4th of July, and now orange. I really, really love it. Traditionally in the past, I've never really put anything here and I've kept it pretty simple. And while I've liked it, I have always thought something was missing and I couldn't quite figure out what it was. I have considered multiple options here, like wicker baskets of some sort with maybe like a blanket folded over, just to kind of give more textures and visual effect down here. But I found these pumpkins and I'm gonna actually tuck them over here on this corner, and I thought that this could actually look really cute. So, and I'm putting it on this side so that to balance the fact that I have this wax melt warmer over on this side, and I actually like the visual aspect of not having everything balanced, because I have it balanced here but then a little like off balance, I think somehow balances the whole space. And this is the entryway for 2025. I absolutely love the updates. I feel like it made a much better impact, and I love how it turned out. And I'm wondering if adding some sconces would also help. I think that it probably would. My office has a lot of like packages and things, and I also want to update this rug at some point. Even last year there was a different rug, but rugs are just my kryptonite. I can't ever seem to like land on exactly what I want, but in the meantime, we're gonna get this room cleaned up. I also have a new desk setup from last year. My computer used to sit in that corner, but now it's kind of like blocking. So you're really not gonna see the full effect like you would from last year. Like you would be able to walk in and you would see like the garland that I had on the table from fall. But as you can see, like this really is gonna block it. So I'm not entirely sure how I kind of want to handle this. A big chunky monitor, it is what it is. So I'm gonna try to see what I can do and how I can work with this new layout and make it more fall. And this is the state of my dining room, which also leads into my living room, my kitchen, since it's an open floor plan. And that's another reason why, when it comes to my dining room, I do like how simple I have had it, because I go in pretty hard, you know, off the entryway in my office, and then the media room, which will be its own video, in the kitchen. So the dining room, I do like to keep pretty plain and simple. So I'm just gonna reuse exactly what I had from last year, but we're gonna do the usual, which is give it a good cleanup. And then I'm gonna pull out my pieces from last year and we'll get her nice and clean and refreshed and ready for fall. These I just pulled off of my couch, and you're gonna see them in the living room video, which is gonna be, I don't know what day it's gonna follow, but I'll put it up here when you can expect to see the other rooms, but you're gonna see this in a fall version. I use these for, the red one I use for 4th of July and Christmas, and sometimes Valentine's Day. I bought this fabric from Hobby Lobby. It was in the fabric section. It has like a rough cut. I basically like kind of just fold it at the end so you don't even see it. I did look for it this year because I wanted some more for my other kitchen table, but I couldn't quite find it. So I'm gonna try to look again, but otherwise I did find this at Hobby Lobby. I'm not trying to make this perfect. As a matter of fact, that's exactly the look I'm going for. It's kind of like a little bit messed up, but also somehow tidy. Last year I had some candle holders and orange tapered candles, so I'm gonna do that again this year because I really liked it. And I just wanted to keep the space simple, so I spent $0 to upgrade this space. I can't find my regular taper candles that I used last year. They're probably in another bin. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this pack, but as you can see, they're kind of like an ombre effect. So I think I'm gonna pull for these 4 lighter ones. And that is the dining room, completing the space in all 3 spaces in today's video. So $0 to upgrade my dining room. I think about $53 to upgrade the entryway. And what I did different here was that I added some floral to the end, and I think it made such a crazy difference, but I already had it all on hand. And then I added these pumpkins, which I also had on hand. They've just been sitting in a bin for a while, so it looks so great. So the only upgrade was the wreath and the ribbon. And the office also came to $0 as well. I mean, unless you add candles, which I don't really add candles to the cost because I get it kind of for like the entire house. But otherwise everything in here remained the same and it looks so cute. I added an extra little pumpkin though to the center, whereas I didn't do that this year. I've considered some wall art, but you know what? I wanted to keep the budget at 0 for this room and it looks really, really great. Maybe next year we'll do some more updates. And my cute September journals have dropped in my Etsy shop, so I'm gonna link it down below for you guys. These are the 2 that I'm gonna have in my office, but I have other covers, so go check them out. And we have finally kicked off fall, autumn in my home. I hope you guys loved it, and I will see you guys Sunday for the media room and living room, and then we're gonna do the kitchen and the outdoor last. So I'll see you guys there. Bye.